oddball fish. A great addition to any aquarium. Whether you're looking for a species-only tank or maybe want something unique to add to your community tank, oddball fish might be something for you. So, if you're looking for some inspiration on which oddball fish you should buy, you're in luck, because I've compiled a list of 10 oddball fish you should try. None of the fish on this list require a large or difficult to maintain aquarium. Number 1. Pea puffers. Pea puffers, also known as dwarf pufferfish, are small fish with big personalities. They have the character and personality of larger pufferfish like the embu or the Pirhanna puffer, but in a much smaller size. Dwarf pufferfish do not grow larger than 2.5 centimeters or 1 inch, making them perfect for an aquarium starting from 40 liters or 10 gallons. However, be aware that they can be quite aggressive, so do not keep them with fish that have long fins or are vulnerable. A species-only tank is also a good option for the dwarf pufferfish. The second fish I like to talk about is the dwarf pike cichlid. Pike cichlids are large torpedo-shaped fish, often with bright colors. Unfortunately, most of these fish are very aggressive and difficult to keep, but you're in luck. The dwarf pike cichlid, also known as Cichlid comprensis, is very easy to keep if you compare it to like the other pike cichlids. 3. The dwarf rainbow snakehead. Channa blahiri, also known as the rainbow snakehead, is a beautiful fish with vibrant colors and a unique appearance. The Channa blahiri, at 20 centimeters, 8 inches, is much smaller than other fish from the snakehead family. Additionally, the Channa blahiri is one of the most friendliest fish in its family. It's even possible to keep this snakehead in a community tank, provided you carefully choose the tank mates. Note that the Channa blahiri requires a semi-annual temperature drop. Any tank mates must be able to withstand this as well. For number 4 I have something special. We all know the big fire eel or maybe the beautiful tire track eel, but there is a smaller fish in the same family that's way easier to keep. Although officially it's not a Masticembulus but a Macrognathus, if I'm correct. But all these fish are in the spiny eel family, so just a little subgenre. The banded spiny eel usually stays around 30 centimeters or 12 inches and requires an aquarium of at least 150 liters or 40 gallons with plenty of hiding spaces and a sandy substrate. The banded spiny eel can sometimes be a picky eater. They love frozen bloodworms, shrimps and pieces of fish. They are a shy fish, so make sure any tank mates do not steal the food away from them. If you want an even smaller fish from the Masticembulus family, consider the Masticembulus simba or the Masticembulus latens, which do not grow larger than 8 centimeters or 3 inches. However, they're a bit harder to find in the hobby. 5. The butterfly fish. The butterfly fish, also known as the Pantodon buccolsi, is a unique fish with large wing-like fins that give it a unique appearance. Whether you look at a butterfly fish from above or from the side, it's really a beautiful fish to look at. It's really unique with its wing-shaped fins and spikes on the bottom of its body. With their size of up to 10 centimeters, 4 inches, it's also an oddball fish that's quite easy to house. They stay in the top layer of your aquarium and prefer to have the space to themselves. Therefore, make sure to not keep other fish in the top layer of your aquarium and always provide them with floating foods. 6. The bucktooth tetra. The bucktooth tetra is like a piranha. It has the same character, same way of feeding, but just smaller. These fish can grow up to 7 centimeters, 3 inches and live in schools of at least 12. They require an aquarium of at least 120 liters, 32 gallons, and are best kept in a species-only aquarium. 7. African dwarf frog. The African dwarf frog is a small, fascinating amphibian that should not be missing from this list. The most important thing when buying an African dwarf frog is to ensure you're getting the right species. Sometimes the African dwarf frog is confused with the African clawed frog. The latter is much larger and much more aggressive. The dwarf frog can be kept well in a community tank, provided you choose suitable tank mates. They prefer to eat frozen bloodworms or Daphnia. 8. The freshwater flounder. Another unique fish to add to your aquarium is a freshwater flounder. This flat fish loves to bury itself in your aquarium. Therefore, make sure you have a sandy substrate in your aquarium. Freshwater flounders usually do not grow larger than 50 centimeters, 6 inches, making them perfect for an aquarium starting from 60 liters or 16 gallons. They prefer to eat frozen bloodworms or small fish, so make sure to not combine them with too small of a fish, or they'll become an expensive snack for the freshwater flounder. 9. Stiffer than gobies. Seriously? Did you really think I wasn't gonna include gobies on this list? Gobies are small, colorful fish that thrive in an aquarium with a fast flow. They also need well-oxygenated water and love to sit on round river rocks. They're peaceful and can live with other bottom dwellers, provided they can also survive in a riverscape. 10. The glass catfish. If you want to buy a fish but you don't want your spouse to find out about it, the glass catfish might be something for you. Because this fish is almost completely transparent. Yes, you heard it right. This fish is almost completely transparent. They live in groups of at least 6 and can be kept in an aquarium starting from 60 liters or 16 gallons. This oddball is a perfect addition to many community tanks. And there you have it, a top 10 of oddball fish you should try. Beware that if you are planning on buying any of this fish, you still need to do your research. This top 10 only gives a brief summary of the care requirements of this fish, so before you buy any of this fish, do your research. For now, thanks for watching, and please subscribe if you want to see more of this aquarium content.